All right, Smith Valley people, let's get into track 2, week 4. So this is going to be the pitch course in Theta Music Trainer. On your assignment, it details what that looks like and the things you need to know about it. But for the most part, you can just go right to the website and do it, okay? So once you get to Theta Music Trainer and you've logged in, if you need help on logging in, I've got other videos and other information on Google Classroom about how to do that. You'll go to, this is your student console, this is just your currently working on list. Your console is here, okay? Assignments that you have due, all right? And when you completed them, how far along you are. Go back to the home page here. So Introduction to Ear Training was the first, that was week 2. Rhythms was week 3, this is week 4. Okay, pitch 1, basic tuning. And click on that. And it's gonna show me the topics that are covered: comparing pitches, quick pitch comparison, and then tuning. These games, there's 3 different games here. Each one has a different skill that it works in terms of your pitch recognition skills. So show full course list. I always recommend on these guys, the first time you do them, read the information that's in this first thing is a text instruction. Might be a few pages, read the pages, it really helps, okay? First one is comparing pitches. It'll tell you what this is all about, what intonation is, what being in tune is, sharp or flat, higher or lower. And then it talks about string instruments. Okay, guitarists have to bend strings sometimes. Piano, 2 next keys are a half step apart. Okay, and so it gives examples of a C on a trumpet, okay, a very electronic trumpet, and a half step higher, 100 cents higher. Okay, so you can compare between E flat and E, same thing, it's 100 cents higher. G sharp to A, 100 cents higher. Okay, and you could also have lower, 100 cents lower, 100% lower. See? Okay, so that's lower 100%. So this next first game is going to ask is, can you hear the difference of when it's not 100%, when it's less than that, when it's 60%? Okay, so when you play or sing in tune, you'll need to be able to discriminate between 2 tones that are much closer together. Okay, half step is measured in cents, 100 cents is what I talked about. Okay, difference of 10 cents between 2 tones is very small. 10 cents is extremely small. 100 cents is a normal half step. All right, so when it's 10 cents apart, that's actually going to be very hard to tell. So let's just see. 2 tones 10 cents apart. Can you tell the difference? Which one is higher? That's extremely close, and there will be a later game that's going to look for how can you hear that difference on a string instrument. It'll show you that. That's the game number 3, the Dango Brothers. This one, okay, it's almost like you have to tell that the one of them sounds higher or lower. Okay, and that's very close together, hard to tell. Listen to it if you need to, but that's not the first game. The first game is 60%. Okay, it's a much bigger jump than 10. Do they sound the same? A lot of people, they actually do. First tone was sharper, second tone was lower. Okay, and you'll eventually become better at this. Okay, and then it uses that, so you can hear the difference of C and C when it's 60 cents. All right, so that's the information page. And then you do pitch compare. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna jump into the 3 games. So game number 1, pitch comparison, is gonna compare 2 pitches of the same instrument that are 60 cents apart, stipulations. All right, practice. All right, so I'm gonna click to start. It's gonna play one from this speaker, one from this speaker. And I need to figure out which one is higher. That one to me sounded higher. Again, you can hear it again by clicking on the speaker. And there's the same distance, but it's a different note. So this one, that's a higher note. Okay, so pitch comparison, low, high. This one is higher. That one is also higher. Did you hear it? It's still higher here. Listen in. Right. So finally, this one is the lower one. So pitch comparison level 1, this is what this looks like. okay? When you get into higher levels, let's go pitch comparison, yes, leave page. So level 1 is a trumpet, 60 cents. What's level 2? You're gonna hear 3 different instruments on level 2. And still have to hear, it might be 2 different instruments playing different sounds. Okay, so a piano and a trumpet, same, it's the same pitch. One of these is 60 cents higher than the other. So what you're hearing here is a different timbre, 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 is the sound of the instrument, piano versus trumpet. Okay, and the trumpet was higher. Piano was higher. Now in this one it's oboe, so piano, trumpet, and oboe on level 2. Okay, and that's the same instrument. Which one was higher? A was higher that time. All right, so let's get back out of that. So let's go back to level 3. Is simply going to add 2 more instruments. Okay, so really work that. It's the same distance. Eventually, the distance will shrink in level 6, but we're not going to do that this year. Okay, up to level 3. If you wanted to go for level 5, that's the final level within this course. But all you have to do is up to level 3 on pitch comparison. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have in our course that we're doing pitch comparison, then we have speed pitch. Okay, so the key word is that speed. So I'm going to go to and read this little instruction here. So as you're getting better, really the trick is a snap decision. You don't want to have to sit there and guess and take 10 minutes to figure it out. There's not time for that when you're playing your instrument. You have to make a snap decision on whether you are in tune. Guitarists do this all the time. A lot of times they have to tune their instrument in the middle of a performance. Wind players, brass and woodwinds, we do this all the time as well. We're constantly adjusting our embouchure for pitch as we're playing. So the better your ear gets, the quicker you can compare it, the better you are. Okay, so this is an instinct thing. It's all about making a quick choice, and I'll show you why. Okay, get through all this. Go ahead and read this. Okay, but I'm going to get to the game so you can see it. So let's go to speed pitch. All right. So speed pitch. Okay, there's a little fact thing that says listen to the first pitch. Then for each next one afterwards, press the button, or you can use arrow keys on a keyboard to tell whether the pitch is higher than, lower than, or same as the previous pitch. So there'll be your first pitch, the second pitch is the second pitch, same, higher, or lower than this one. Then you hear a third pitch. It's the third pitch, same, higher, or lower than the second one. And that goes on and on and on. So you don't have to remember that first one forever. You just remember the one right before it, and you move quick. Otherwise, you forget what the previous one was. All right. And there is a life meter in the full version of it, in the play version. Each time you miss, you lose a bit of life. If you run out or run out of time, the game ends. Okay, so you got to be both fast and accurate. Let's practice. The first note, you just have to remember for a little bit. It says first note, here we go. That was lower. That was the same as the one we just did. That's the same again. That's higher. That's lower than the one we just did. That's a little higher than the one we just did. Now, if you sit here for a while and you're thinking, which one was it? There's no way to replay. You can't replay what that last one was. You just have to move quick. So if you don't know, just guess. Oh, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. So there's that note. Is that the same as the one we heard before? I don't know. I took forever. Lower. Lower. Same. Higher. Same. Higher. Okay, so this game can be a little bit tricky if you're if you want to think too much about it. Thinking doesn't work on this. You actually have to just react. It's a reaction to pitch, higher or lower. Now it's still pretty close together. Let's see what happens when we get to higher levels. Right now we got one instrument. Level 2, 2 instruments. Level 3, 3 instruments. 4 is going to be a little harder with the level 2 version of that. Okay, it changes that number down there. All right, so let's see what it looks like with the timer. Hit play. First note, here we go. Same. Higher. I can't tell, is that lower? Oh, my life meter just ran down. And if I sit here for a while, again, the life meter is going to run down, but I'm also, or the timer is actually going, look at that. But I'm forgetting what it just was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I ran out of time. So you really don't want to wait to figure it out. Okay, you really want to move past it. Game over. All right, so you want to get to where you are able to move a quick pace on the speed. All right, so that's speed pitch. The last one we have, let's go back to our courses so we can see the instructions. You guys read the directions here. I know sometimes it's boring to read the words, but that really helps to understand what you're doing. Here we go, tuning a guitar. Now, if you don't play string instruments, this is something guitar players have to do all the time, is hearing that small change in pitch. They can't really use a tuner to help in the small details. Sometimes the tuner doesn't, it's correct, but it's not as fast as just your ear. Okay, here we go. Pitch difference as much as you take pitches out of tune. Okay, so here we go. We match pitches. Okay, so we have a string, a guitar, single tone to tune. Okay, you'll hear a target tone and then a tone that is out of tune with the target. Pitch game, use the up and down arrows on the pitch controller to change the pitch of the tone until it matches the target. Here we go, Dango Brothers. I'm going to go to the game again because I want to do it that way. Because it's just the way I roll. All right, again, level 1 is single tone guitar. Level 2 is going to be a little bit harder. Level 3 a little harder. Level 4 a little harder. It's not until we get to level 6 that you have 2 different things you have to tune. Okay, here we go. Practice. So there'll be a first tone and a second tone. One's target, one's the one I have to change to match the target. Now right now in practice mode, click that target as much as I want. Now this note, is that higher or lower than this? Every once in a while, it'll play automatically for you if you just sit there. This is definitely higher. I can lower the pitch by clicking that. That's way too low. Right, so let's go back. Playing really close to each other, you can almost hear that there is a slight difference still. These are not perfectly. It's close. That sounds a little lower to me, or a little bit less energetic. I think that's pretty close. Hit check. Yay! So there's the target. This one's lower, so I'm going to raise the pitch until I think it's close. Yay! Now, this is not done. It's not there yet, but if you think that sounds close, you hit check. It's going to give you a get closer. It's still a little low. Different phase. Now, on the play version, every time you hit check, you're going to lose part of a life. But really be careful that you don't check a million times. Now I went up too high. Out of lives. Even on the practice mode? What? Okay, so that's how that works. Let's do a play mode. Really. Still a little low. That's definitely way high. Right? So you really got to get close. Dango Brothers is going to be a little more challenging for a lot of people, so take your time. Don't stress out over this. This is an opportunity to expand your skills on pitch comparison. Okay, let's get a little picture of the future, because we are entering May next week. And this is where I want you to start thinking about what's going to be your proof of learning for this 9 weeks that we've been at home. For the ear training, if you're doing ear training as your focus, there's a lot of different games and courses in here. We're going to push on to probably scales and maybe intervals the following week. Getting into those. Melody is another one that's kind of cool. So I'll be going through these and figuring out what's going to be the best choice for us for assignments. But I want you to start exploring some of these and see which one do you like the most, which one do you find has advanced your musical skills more than you ever imagined. Has it been the rhythm games? Has it been the pitch ones? Was it some of the things in the introduction level? Dig in and see how well you do. I'm going to be posting very soon the high score list, because on my end as a teacher, I can see for our class, for our school, who's got the highest scores, okay? Who's got the progress to the belts. And so again, these are the belts. White belt is if you've done 9 levels, 9 play levels. Gray is 10 to 19, yellow 20 to 39, orange if you've done more than 40. Nobody's gotten to green yet. We have a few people that are at the orange level already. They've done quite a few games and a lot of different things. And so if you can ascend up the level, black belt's gonna be a little insane. And if you click on these, by the way, you can see who in the world is there based on their points within the level. So highest rank is they've completed all the levels for that belt class, and there's their points scored, okay? And the point score goes down. That's a really high point score. They did really good. And so as you go through this, you can kind of see, you know, the names of people. Now, I don't see anybody that's from our school on here yet. And a lot of them, these right here, they have not changed their country in their profile. All right, just gonna scan real quick if I see anybody. It looks almost like one of our people, but it's not. So anyway, so ear training, there's a lot of opportunities for doing some really neat things. Again, if you get confused about anything, the fundamentals page is always fantastic on here to go over the skills. If you need to go back at the rhythm one, if you're struggling with some of the rhythm games, here's a whole page on rhythm patterns. Okay, what the different types of notes are: whole note, half note, quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, tied rhythms, dotted rhythms. This is a really great resource. Okay, you can even hear. I'll give you little examples here if you want to hear what they sound like. The pitch, okay, matching pitch, intonation, which is what this level is all about, speed pitch, and the Dango Brothers, and then pitch memory, right? Tone recall is coming up for later. Anyway, so that is the ear training side of things. If you need more help, I'll try to post more tutorials on our website. All right, so this video should be posted on here week 4. You'll see that pretty soon. But that is ear training. If you have any questions, let me know. And wish you guys the best. Thanks.